Artie, my dear moment. I know this is here somewhere. I just need to go ahead and talk about it. Where is Artie? Okay, so for me, I remember like the key points. I'm just trying to remember certain. There's certain things because honestly, I would say the big things to take away from Artie in episode. Oh my God, is that episode to go for? Episode 4 through 7. I think the big takeaways to come out from this. Hello, a bigger boy. How are you doing? How are you doing, a bigger boy? But I personally think the big thing to take away from this, right, is that when I noticed you already. I noticed you, okay? Mando, I noticed you, okay? I see you, and I love you. Well, no love. I see you too. Jesus Christ. I see the both of you. Okay? Oh, you texted way before. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you. Okay. I'll give credit. You definitely said something before Mando. So fair. Damn. The biggest takeaways I think for RT, if I'm being completely honest, is the fact that what do I even take away from this? Because first of all, the show is a slow burn, right? But it's something that you gotta kind of keep in mind when you're watching this, that not everything is happening right away in slow burns. Because episode 6, if I remember, not episode 6, Jesus Christ, we're skipping ahead. Episode 4, we see that they're trying to rebuild the school. Ryuji's still being a fucking dick. Spoiler: he becomes better. Ryuji becomes better. There's even a point where I thought he was fighting again, but it's one of those things where those guy things where it's just oh no, we're yelling at each other, but we're not really fighting. We're just passionately talking. Which I 120% just get that whole aspect of just yelling and arguing. I get it. I completely get it. I get where they're coming from for that. What the hell was I saying? I was saying something and I forgot because I'm stupid as shit. But yeah, episode 4 is them trying to build the school, them getting everything for the parts that they need in order for the energy and the regenerator to work. And so they're trying to do that. And one of the key things that starts coming up is that everyone's kind of wondering, hey, why was this model of humanoid discontinued? And one of the big things we say is that one of the things is we're not supposed to hurt humans. But there's a scene where I want to say it's Catherine. I don't remember if it's Catherine. Actually tries to put the knife up to the girl, to Natsuki's friend, the redheaded girl. And you can see she's they mentioned it before, but she doesn't want to do it. She's just listen, I need money, and I'm trying to I'm trying to be I'm trying to get myself out of debt. I'm trying to get myself out of these situations and shit like that. And so what you see is the whole bit. There's the whole bit where it's oh, you can't actually hurt humans, but she wails the fuck out of fucking Catherine, and she ends up running away, dropping her license, and then seeing that she actually used to be a teacher at the school that that we see that Natsuki's trying to build the water generator for. And so that episode sort of kind of revolved around the whole figuring out of you're not supposed to do that. And then Catherine being hey, you should come back to the school. We're trying to get shit fixed here, so you should actually come back to the school and try to rebuild what we lost because of the rising water and shit like that. Which is nice because she does end up coming back. I forget why she goes to the school in the first place. I think Natsuki just reaches out to her. She's just yeah, I found you. Here's your wallet, but you should really come back to the school. And she sees just oh yeah, there actually still is a place. There are still people. Yada, yada, yada. And she's sitting there. She's I will admit, I think what they do for her is a bit dramatic. Because she comes back and she sees that Natsuki's friend is actually teaching some of the younger kids. is teaching some of the younger kids, and you see fucking, they recognize her. They're like, oh shit, wait, Miss Catherine, what the fuck? Like, you're still here. You haven't left. We all thought you like gone. What the hell happened? And they're asking her like to come back. And she does this thing where she like she tries to run away but doesn't. So she like plasters up on the wall. She's just like, oh. Where it's just like, okay, you had two options there. I would have preferred the somber good shots there of just like just her bottom lip, maybe a little bit of a quiver and like the tears streaming down, or like seeing her feet and watching like the tears fall down near her feet, and everyone just kind of like, you see her panting, just like, I didn't know you guys cared, or her like physically running away like out of the school and like not having. I actually would have liked it more if she like actually tried to run away from it, being like, no, there's fucking nothing here. I don't know why you guys are doing that. Her falling into the water and her just kind of like sitting there just being like, actually just giving up. It's like, okay, fine. All right. I was like, it was just like, you guys know there's no hope. But like them actually building up that there is hope. And it's just like, oh, you know what? Fine. Fuck it. I'll stay for the kids and shit like that. Which is nice. Episode 5, it is a lot of them like building stuff when it comes to like, so like every episode from like this point on, not at this point on, but like episode 4 and beyond, it has to do with like half of it is like, oh yeah, you know, rebuilding the school, doing the stuff, but the other part, and not like in a split sense, like it's all mixed in together, where you sit there and you're like, huh, yes, there is this, but there is also something up with Atri. Because there's like a scene where like, oh, we got to dig a hole for the water to generate because it's going to go up and down. And so we're going to use the tide of the actual water that's under the other half of the school to generate it. So Atri's working on making the hole. And so Natsuki's like, okay, so like while we're eating, Atri, you just finished. And Atri's like genuinely hurt by that. She's like, no, I want to come with you guys. She's like, but you don't need to eat. You don't need to like come eat with us. It's like, that doesn't mean I want to. That's like, that doesn't mean that I don't want to come and eat. Just because I can't eat doesn't mean I don't want to be with you guys. And it's showing more of those things of just like, it might be one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, this humanoid might have actually had like way too much emotion. Like way too much emotion to where I wouldn't be surprised if these humanoid models were the cause of whatever happened if it played. I don't know how we get there, but there could be a possibility. It could be also just one of those things where like they wanted to discontinue it, but obviously people build bonds with the humanoids since they're so fucking human-like that like you build bonds with these characters. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm not surprised that you're fucking building these fucking bonds because it's obvious. It's obvious how fucking how close you can get with them because they're damn near almost humans. Like you get over that point with the uncanny valley when you sit there and you're like, no, these are basically just fucking humans. So I get that. But they do get the generator running in this episode, and honestly, it is genuinely just a feel good moment where you see the school and part of them like actually have electricity again. It genuinely just feels really fucking good. Oh, actually, another big thing we get for this episode as well is that this episode shows a little bit more of like how important Atari is as a product, because the dude who we see, so like a big part of this episode as they're building the generator, right, is the dude the dude plays it off where he's like, oh yeah, I can only like, you know, for what the money that you have, I can only give you like these AA, AAA batteries, right? And he's like, is this all you can really give me for real? And he's kind of like, oh yeah, sure. And then he remembers that, oh yeah, not only does he remember how expensive Atari is, but he also does remember that Atari is worth a fortune. And like there's a bounty currently on Atari being like, I can't tell you the balance, but let's just say whoever finds that girl and brings her to the person who put up that bounty, they're fucking set for life, dog. And there's even a point where, I think it's this episode, where they walk back trying to figure it out. And Atari's just like, hey, listen, if it's going to help you guys, and if it's going to, like, get what you need, like, I don't mind being sold, because you guys need that. And Natsuki It's just like, I'm not fucking selling you. Like, end of discussion. I'm not fucking selling you, so you can just stop fucking asking. Which is like a nice thing, but you also see that there's like a thing Natsuki's there where he's like, I don't know why, but I can't part away from this girl. I just can't. So that gets into play. As on top of that as well, there's like goons that like genuinely try like shooting at Natsuki, Atri, and Catherine as they're all talking stuff like that. And we find out that it's the dude from the shop who's trying to take Atri away from him. Eventually that gets resolved. Catherine and Atri beat the shit out of them. They take the batteries that they have, so now they can use it, which helps them fix the thing. Episode 6 then revolves around, like, you know, the aftermath, like what is now the cause of them building the generator and bringing back light to the school, where we just get like a whole new fucking cast introduced. Like, that threw me the fuck off. Like, I was wondering, like, oh yeah, we're probably gonna get like our small little class. No, now there's like a full classroom. Like, that threw me the fuck off. Like, I sat there, I'm like, is that an actual like class of people? What the fuck? And like, Natsuki's teaching all of them, even though like he's his age. Actually, hold on. I need to check something. I've been checking a lot. I've been checking a lot of things, but I need to check something. Maybe. Hold on. I don't want to know that. I do not want to know that. Damn, where is it? I'm trying to find it. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to look at this. Okay, well, you know what? He's underage too, so it's fine. I was thinking more of some shit, but it'll come into play later. So yeah, everyone just comes back, right? So like well, not everyone comes back, but like it seems like there was definitely more kids in this space than anyone thought there was, which was surprising to me. I was sitting there, I was just like, oh shit, there's like a lot of kids on this island that just like no one knew about, but that's chill, I guess. Which I thought was kind of cool. But this episode, it's kind of revolves around like. It revolves around like people being like, oh well, now that we got like more people coming in and like we're telling people like, hey, the school's like back up and running, sort of, kind of, but not really. But you know, like we got electricity now, so we can actually do things in school. So now they're like talking. Like, so now we're getting into like actual high school stuff, right? And I guess this is like. Everyone's being like, oh yeah, like, we know you like Natsuki's friend who's a redhead who I can't remember. Actually, I have that character page up. Let me, what the fuck is your name? Because I keep forgetting it. I keep forgetting it. Let's, okay, let's, how about we just, oh, I was right. That girl's name was Catherine. I don't know how I got that. I don't know why I remember that. But I did remember her name was Catherine. So that's good. That's good. Wait, is this one? Minamo. Her name's Minamo. Jesus Christ. I've been wondering this for like the past like 5 episodes. I was like, what the fuck is her name? Okay, so, which is funny because I remember Ryuji's name and like everyone else's name, but I don't remember fucking Minamo's name. I'm gonna end up forgetting it next episode too. But Ryuji's kind of like playing along, being like kind of teasing Minamo, being like, come on, we all know, everyone knows, Natsuki's a pretty looking guy. He's also a smart, pretty looking guy. There's a lot of girls that are fluctuating into the school. Like, if there was any time for you to ask whether he has feelings for you or express your feelings, it's kind of be now. And this episode kind of revolves on like finding out who Natsuki like really likes. And so like they're trying to figure it out, and then eventually one new girl, I forget her name. I'm not even gonna try to remember her fucking name. Is it here? No. I'm not even gonna try to remember her fucking name because she comes in as like a fucking surprise. But the girl who like tries to like weasel it out of him, where like she does her own confession and Natsuki's like, I don't like you like that. And then Catherine's there being like, you shouldn't lie to your fucking superiors. Now tell me what your feelings is. It's like, wow, okay, everyone just really wants to find out who this boy likes. And so they explain it, and they're just like, huh, like long silky hair, red eyes, blah 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 blah. And like as they're hearing more descriptions, they connect the dots, and then they confirm it as Atari walks into the room, and it's just like, oh hey guys, how you doing? And they're all just like, oh my god, it's Atari. Oh my god, it's Atari. Oh my god, he's in love with Atari. And like they brought it up, like, no, Natsuki, you are in love with Atri. And Atri hears it up where it's like, there's no fucking way. Atri, no. It's like the girl who saved me when I was drowning, which is the girl he really is in love with. It's like the girl who saved me when I was drowning was a girl who was like sweethearted. She has soft voice. It's like she's just a rambunctious fucking animal. That's not the same person. And then there's this moment where like they're like he's like denying it, being like it's not fucking true. And then they go home, and Atri sings this song. It's like sunset. She gets on top of it because I guess there's like a core memory that got unlocked for her, where she remembers the song. I think out of nowhere, and then Natsuki just connects the dots. It's just like no, there's no fucking way. Like he's sitting there like this is actually the girl. Where it's like there's so much evidence now where it's like you denying it. It's you're kind of smoking a bit of copium if you're trying to deny it at this point. And so the final episode is like him and Catherine actually have like an actual one-on-one discussion where they discuss like the possible defect of like maybe she might have too much emotion. And it's like, well, that would explain the defect, but that also doesn't mean like if she has good emotions, then she's supposed to have bad emotions. And a bad emotion from a humanoid android might be pretty bad. So you should confirm that to see if she has some form of heart. Because Natsuki's now thing is like, oh, maybe she might have a heart. Maybe she has a thing. And so like they have this actual like cute little day where they just spend time with each other. Like Natsuki goes to get her new shoes. Like Atari's learning how to cook, and so she makes him like a meal that has a bit too much mustard, but he said it's okay because if it was perfect, that means that you can make mistakes. And there's more things that just add on to the fact of just like her being more human than her being actually more humanoid. And so like we get to a point where like they're playing in the water, and it's like an actual cute scene. And the episode there is them actually sharing a kiss. Now I'm gonna keep it a stack. I wasn't expecting this to be a fucking romance. I was expecting this to be a more like lighthearted, like they'd actually never do anything, but it's more of a thing of just like we learn the Tetris story of Natsuki. Like I was expecting that. I was assuming Atari was the one who saved Natsuki, and him basically more as asking answers and questions rather than falling in love with her, which is admittedly a bit weird. I will say I did check; they're both underage, so that is covered. But it's also one of those things that sat there where it's just like I don't hate it now because of the age thing. That was the thing that like kind of bugged me. But now that I'm sitting there thinking about it, I kind of sat there. I'm just like, well, I wasn't expecting it to be a fucking romance. It's not like bad. It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, well, then where do we go from here? Like it's I don't know. I mean, I'm here for the ride. Don't get me wrong. The show's been enjoyable, and I'm here for a ride. I'm here for the ride. It's just confusing. It's just confusing and insane. But yeah, honestly, if I were to give a rating right now, I'd probably give it like an 8. Because like I think right now, just like the change in the romance is kind of hesitating me, being like, where are we going? What's this path gonna bring us? And not in a bad way, but I think I just had like a way I thought this was gonna go, and admittedly, it's not going the way I thought it was. So I'm just kind of sitting there being like, I don't hate this, but I'll let you ride, but we'll see how good you are. So if I were to give it a rating as of right now, the whole thing, probably like 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 sounds good.